When things are not going your way and you're feeling discouraged or stressed out, what do you do? So that's what we're discussing in this week's episode. What you can do every time you're feeling discouraged or down, and we'll be covering specific things that will make you feel a whole lot better by hitting that reset button. Because this year, especially, God knows that we've had to stop, pause, and hit the reset button. So if you're looking for some practical ways to help you do that, then stick around. Hi, and welcome back to Up It and another episode of the Actionables podcast. If you're a returning viewer or a listener, thank you so much. I appreciate you tuning back in. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Peyton. If you have got goals for yourself that you'd like to reach, then this channel provides you mindset coaching tips that can help you move toward your goals in a much simpler and, dare I say, in a more enjoyable way. Before we get into the need to reset and the ways to reset, I think it's important to start off our conversation by talking about this really important aspect about mindset, which is that our way of thinking, our mindset is not fixed. This is the very reason why sometimes you may feel extremely driven toward doing something, and at another time, you may feel not so driven to do the exact same thing. And because your mindset is not fixed, it varies between positive or negative states, which ultimately determines your motivation levels. So, obviously, it is much simpler to feel motivated when you are in a positive state of mind. So, keeping this in mind, there is a universal fact that applies to almost every single one of us. And that is because our mindset varies between positive and a negative mindset, it is impossible for anyone to be 100% in a positive state of mind all the time. If you're wondering how this benefits you, the first benefit is this knowledge alone of knowing that no one can be 100% motivated all the time should bring you comfort that every time you feel your motivation levels going down, you should acknowledge to yourself that you are not alone and it is completely natural to feel this way. So there is no need to beat yourself up about not feeling motivated all the time, because that is such a dangerous myth when it comes to personal development and personal growth. And second is you can choose which mindset you want to operate from. You have power over which mindset you are constantly choosing. Now, I know there are only about like 1,000 reasons why we could slip into a negative mindset, but I also know that the choice to slip back into a positive mindset is completely up to each and every one of us. And there is a way to do that, and that is by hitting reset, which is exactly what we're talking about in this episode. And the way to reset your mindset is a skill. And just like any other skill, this gets better with time and with practice. So if you're with me so far, let's go deeper and explore ways in which you can hit reset on your mindset. But before that, I want to hear your thoughts. Leave me a comment below and let me know how you reset your mindset. What are some of the things that you do? I'd love to hear from you guys. So let's chat. First thing is to unplug completely. Whatever is causing you to feel stressed out, you have to create distance from it. If that sounds obvious and like common sense, I'm going to reiterate that common sense isn't very common. So you be smarter about it for yourself. Every time I feel stumped, whether it is writing a script, my coaching practice, or creating a video, what I do is simply turn off my system, shut off social media, all distractions, and not think anything about creating. The difference between doing this and escaping from whatever has got you feeling down is that when you consciously choose to unplug, it's much better because you're choosing to turn off and dissociate yourself from a situation that is not healthy for you at the moment. You can always reassess and come back to it when you're feeling much better. Second is make time for yourself. Now, out of all the waking hours, how much time do you really spend with yourself? And no, I don't mean the time that you spend working or perhaps Netflixing. I'm talking about quality time that you spend with yourself, reflecting on things that you like and actually going ahead and doing the things that you enjoy doing. You see, this need to hit reset primarily comes because we feel overwhelmed and stressed, and that might happen because we are not taking out time for ourselves. So, it is good to practice carving out some time for yourself. We all wear multiple hats in our life, but the most important one that we wear is the one we wear for ourselves. The need for self care cannot be overstated. Only when we take good care of ourselves can we be more present towards the needs of our loved ones. There is nothing selfish or self centered about taking care of yourself. Consciously choose to create and carve out time for yourself during the day. It will be the best thing that you can do for yourself. Third is acts of service. While self care is important, what is equally important is to be aware of the needs of others. Now, of course, we are aware of the needs of our loved ones. However, what I'm suggesting here is to go beyond and to offer acts of service for strangers. And this is where volunteering comes into picture. You may choose to volunteer with your time, your effort, your skills, or with money. And what you can choose to do is a random act of service. In providing real meaningful service, you will notice that you will experience a lot more peace and comfort. Fourth is move your body. Now, we all know about the mind and body connection. So, every time you choose to move your body, you release endorphins, which ultimately impacts the way you think. What you're doing essentially is expanding or improving your mindset. So you can indulge in yoga, HIIT, dancing, take your pick. And the last one is to count your blessings. Now, I know we are all familiar with the power of gratitude. However, when you are down and out, to think of so many things that you're grateful for can be overwhelming. So instead, how about you choose to just focus on one thing that is going right for you amidst everything that is not going right or it's not going well for you? How about you choose to focus on one thing that is the fact that you are alive, the fact that you woke up, the fact that you're breathing counts. Those were some of the practices that you can choose to do to consciously shift your attention from what is not working and hitting reset on the way you've been thinking. So if this episode resonated with you, don't forget to leave me a comment below. And if you know somebody that this can help, do share it with them. And I'll see you next week. If you want further coaching tips that can help you move toward your life goals, don't forget to hit subscribe to our weekly newsletter called One Thing to Help You. The link is mentioned in the description below. And remember, what you want matters, and it's really up to you to make it happen.